This episode is brought to you by Lola. For 40% off of your first order, visit mylola.com and enter coffee when you subscribe.
Hey guys, you're here with Lindsay and Kail for Coffee Combos, and today's an exciting episode. We haven't recorded it in a little while. I'm getting over strep throat, but Lindsay, how have you been?
I've been good. We've been sick a little bit in our house too. Luckily not strep, and luckily we avoided the flu for the season. But we have terrible seasonal allergies in my house, so I've just been trying to get over that. I feel like I have no voice, so if I sound a little off, that's why.
I literally asked the company that I usually use to help clean the house, I asked them to come help me sanitize because I don't want to get sick again. Lincoln and I both were sick, and I had strep throat, and he had a fever and an ear infection, and then the baby got a cough. The only one that made out like a bandit was Isaac. He didn't get sick at all, knock on wood.
Oh my gosh. So did you get strep from Lincoln, or did you give Lincoln strep?
I think I got strep from the airport because, you know, I went to Hawaii last week. So I was in Hawaii, and then coming back from the trip, I literally tested positive on my birthday for strep throat. So I've been pretty miserable ever since.
Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah, see, that's why I'm talking about, like, airport travels. I always take those Purell, like, disinfectant wipes if I'm traveling, and I, like, wipe down surfaces before I sit on it because I'm so freaky about germs.
Well, that, and I think I'm going to start taking vitamin C, or what is it, emergency, like, whatever. I'm going to load up on vitamin C before I leave to travel from now on.
I love that stuff. It's like, it's so good. Makes me feel like I have a little pep in my step if I'm sick and I drink that. I'm like, oh yeah. And then I like crash hard.
Well, that's good. Now I know. I wish you would have told me that before.
Yes. So tell me, have you ever met Mackenzie in person before, or not really?
I want to say we met at one reunion when they were doing Teen Mom 3, but I don't really remember. It was so many years ago, and I know I met the other girls from Teen Mom 3 at that reunion. But also maybe I didn't talk to her. I'm not really sure. I know we did have like one little spat at one time, Mackenzie and I, because it was after the whole Farrah porn, and then there was like a scandal of like Vivid and Mackenzie teaming up, and I think I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" On Twitter, I had to say whatever I had to say at the time. But I love Mackenzie now, so no, I don't know if I've actually ever talked to her in person.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So she's so sweet. And she followed me on Instagram, or Twitter, and she has the cutest little family. And I remember like back whenever Teen Mom 3 came about, that there was like a ton of, press about the Teen Mom 2 girls, like not liking, them adding like another show to the franchise, and that there was a lot of drama. So maybe we can talk about it whenever she gets on the phone.
I definitely think that there was some bitterness, some saltiness. I also think there was some saltiness from some of the girls of Teen Mom, the original cast, when we got added. So I think it was kind of normal, because it was kind of like, this is our territory, this is our thing, and we didn't really know, what was happening. But I think in general, most of us get along. So I'm actually happy to have Mackenzie on, and I'm excited to talk to her.
Me too, because I want to kind of catch up, because I've heard some rumors about some stuff with MTV with Mackenzie. So I want to see if she has any information. So let's get her on the phone.
Okay, cool. Hi, guys.
Hey.
Hey.
How are you?
Lindsay and I were just talking about how excited we were to have you on, because she asked if I ever met you in person, and I said I don't actually remember.
Kail, yes, we were at a reunion once, and
okay, that's what I thought.
We didn't really get to talk much, just like the party bus ride, and then at the dinner thing that they hosted for us. But that was it. It was very short.
That's what I thought. But Lindsay was nice enough to tell me about how you guys followed each other on Twitter, Instagram, and I'm so excited. So, Lindsay, I don't know if you wanted to say anything. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, no. I'm so happy to have you on our show, and I can't wait to catch up with you and ask you some questions that I think everybody might want to know. Kail and I were just talking about the first question, so I guess we can just go ahead and get into it. I know that whenever Teen Mom 3 was announced, there was a lot of press that was surrounding you guys and you being added to the franchise. And I know there was a lot of tension between the Teen Mom 2 cast and Teen Mom OG with Teen Mom 3. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really pay attention to it as much as the other girls. I actually remember being in New York once, and us Teen Mom 3 girls were really close. So to hear that on the other shows, some of them didn't get along, I was like, what? Why? Like, why are you guys not getting along? And they said that there was tension, and I was like out of the world. I hadn't even had Twitter yet and all that stuff, and I couldn't believe it. I'm like, oh my gosh, what on heaven's green earth is going on? And then Teen Mom 3 just kind of happened so fast. It was like, you know, it happened, it aired a year later. We had to wait a whole year, and then they called and they're like, we're done with you guys. And so since then, I've just kept up with the OG and the Teen Mom 2 girls via social media, and just kind of, I mean, that's what I know about them. I don't really sit and watch the show. I never watched Teen Mom 3. But
you didn't?
So you guys got picked up. You were all on 16 and Pregnant, and then they picked you guys up for a season for Teen Mom 3, and then they canceled you after season 1, right?
Yeah, I showed up for the 16 and Pregnant reunion, and there was like 13 of us. So we got to like meet everyone, and that was really exciting. And that was just a 1 hour, deal. And 16 and Pregnant really isn't a big deal. It's just your 1 hour special, and there's so many of them. And they pulled me to the side and said, can you stay for a few days? Can you stay for a few more days? And I said, sure. And the next day, it was me and the 3 other girls, and that's the only other ones that stayed. So we kind of were like, oh, something is happening here. And then that's when they told us and had us sign on, and it was just kind of like went from there. And it took an entire year for them to renew. Not renew. It took an entire year for them to even air it. They just kept pushing it back, and we're like, what is going on? And then right when it aired, they called us and said that, yeah, they're pretty much done with us.
Oh,
that's
wow.
so crazy, because I think I did try to give Teen Mom 3 a chance. Like, I was like, let me watch this and see what this is about, because I don't think I saw any of your 16 and Pregnants. But when I watched the Teen Mom 3 after, I was a little salty that they were adding more girls. I actually really liked some of your stories, so I was surprised when they canceled it.
Yeah, and I don't know what the reasoning is. I know that there was, half of us were like wanting to go on, and half of us really showed, I don't want this life. Like, I really want to go back to my normal life. I don't like it. I don't like it. And this lifestyle isn't for everyone. It definitely isn't. It takes a strong backbone to read stuff about yourself and stuff like that. But we never really got a clear answer why it got canceled. I know MTV was getting new bosses, and one didn't like it, and so they canceled the show, and then they were gone. And then another one was like, I like this. I mean, Teen Mom is one of the most popular shows on air right now, like the most viewed show. And so I don't know why it was canceled, but I don't really know what the deal was. But I do know that half of us really did not want to continue with this lifestyle, and half of us did, which definitely was a problem.
So how is it going back into kind of like the private life from Teen Mom 3 airing until now, when, there are rumors that you're coming back for a special. There's also rumors that you're out here filming for possibly Teen Mom OG. Is there anything that you can clear up? And what is the difference for you, I guess, going from being in the spotlight to going back to kind of like your private life?
Um, well, right when it finished, my life definitely went into a very dark place. It was like the worst it has ever been. I got married, and so that was like, beautiful. And then it went back bad. My relationship with Josh got worse, and I just kept thinking to myself, I'm so glad this isn't on TV right now, because this is the hardest time in my life. And so it makes me respect you guys so much more. Like, you guys went through the hardest times of your life being on TV with absolutely no break for years now. And so it was kind of nice, like, getting to go through that without TV. But I always miss sharing my life. I enjoy sharing my life. And yeah, I've had 2 more kids, and it's been private, but it hasn't. I just kind of decided to take the following that I had and run with it. And I opened a business, and I have a clothing line, and I do fitness videos, and I'm competing in fitness competitions. And then we had our last son, Bronx, and just kind of, we didn't just stop, I guess. I've always continued to do YouTube and put my name out there, but nothing is like being on reality TV. And then everyone knows that my mom got suddenly diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, and she has so many masses in her lungs that they stopped counting at 40. And one of them is the size of an orange, actually bigger than an orange. And then it went to her brain. And so it was just kind of a shock, because she doesn't smoke, she doesn't drink. She's more healthier than I have ever been. And I live a pretty healthy lifestyle, and she's a marathon runner. And all of a sudden she does this crazy, she runs 5 miles, and then she does filming with me for my business, 3 hours of cardio, and then she does a CrossFit workout that night. And the next morning we find out she has stage 4 lung cancer. And so we're like, what is going on? We looked at the doctors, and they're like, no, this is wrong. And as soon as that hit, she was just an inspiration. She started doing speaking. She didn't give up, and that spoke out to people. And yeah, MTV decided to do a special about her story and her battle with cancer, because she didn't give up, and she didn't say, oh, now my life is over. Actually, she lived her life even more. And so it's just a fun story and a huge inspirational story. Get ready to have your tissues ready for this special. It was actually wrapped up. We filmed our last session last weekend, and they're wrapping up the special. Is just kind of quick and fast, and that's going to air, and we're excited about that. And yeah, my name is all over the place right now.
I bet.
So, yeah.
Well, that's exciting, but so sad. I can't imagine how you feel. That would be devastating. And I read the articles about your mom, and I'm keeping up with her story, and of course praying for her too. Have they said anything? Is she doing chemo or radiation, or what's her treatment plan?
Yes, she has done 2 rounds of radiation, and there's so much about cancer I didn't know before this. I've never had a loved one with cancer, and now it's my mom, so it's the closest person ever to me. And she's done 2 rounds of radiation and lost her hair pretty much immediately. But she's beautifully bald. I could never be as beautiful as her bald, I swear. And she does actually the chemo pill. And it's like a new chemo pill. It just came out this year, and she had a checkup the other day, and a lot of the masses have disappeared. And the one that was the size of an orange is now less than half the size it was, which is the main mass that it started from. And it's just, we're getting good results.
Good. That's so good.
Yeah. It was horrible when she first found out. She said,
of course, yeah.
Yeah. She said, can you shoot it to me straight? And they said, most people with this live 3 to 7 months, but we've seen people live longer. And so when we all heard that, it was like, it's over. Like, our lives are over. We can't lose our mom. And we didn't want to go there, but they said, because you've lived such a healthy lifestyle, we can see you overcoming this and living longer. And so that's something she has good against her. And that's why we really try to inspire people to eat healthier and become more active, because you never know what's going to hit you.
Right. Absolutely. I was just saying that it's good that, the mass has gotten smaller and, it looks like things are moving forward in a positive way. I didn't mean any harm by saying that was good. I just meant like, it sounds like things are, slowly getting better, and my heart goes out to your family, because I can't imagine going through something like that. So I'm so glad actually that you put your story out there, because I think it's going to help a lot of people.
Thank you. Thank you. Cancer is such a roller coaster. It really is. Thank you.
It's absolutely terrible. I can't wait to watch your mom's journey on the special on MTV. And do you know when it's going to air? Have they given you guys a date?
Yeah, I was just going to ask the same thing.
Actually very soon. They said they want to wrap it up and start editing and get with it right away. They said April, but April is pretty pushing it, so it may be out in May.
Okay, so, either way, it's still pretty soon, so we'll keep our eyes out there for it.
Yes.
Well, we don't want to be sad. We want to try to keep it on a positive note for you. So just know that I'm praying for your family and for your mom, and I can't wait to watch the special. I'm sure it will be great and touch so many people's lives. So thank you for sharing that part of your story with us. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
So can we just take a second to talk about the skincare? I've been open about all my frustrations with acne and my skin, and I know a lot of our listeners can relate, but I have this routine that I've been using for the past few months, and it's been working wonders for me. It's called BioClarity. It's really cool because it helps me treat acne, blemishes with a 3-step program. It's soothing and not abrasive, and it doesn't cause redness. They just use natural ingredients that really help your skin glow.
I really like the routine too. So start a healthy habit and get glowing, clear skin. And they're offering our listeners a really great deal. If you go to bioclarity.com and use code COFFEE, you'll get your first month for $9.95 plus free shipping, which is a $20 savings.
And it's great because it's risk-free, money-back guarantee. So I always feel like it doesn't hurt to try it. And I bet you'll have great results like I did. And you'll be singing their praises too. That's bioclarity.com. Use the code COFFEE. Where were we?
On another note.
Yeah.
Is it true that you are joining the Teen Mom OG cast?
I actually cannot answer anything, but everything is so up in the air right now. Like,
okay,
they have hinted around so much stuff. And I woke up and read all these articles that I didn't even know about. I know people saw on my Snapchat cameras filming in the background, and they were like, oh my gosh, so it's true, she is on OG. And I'm like, no, this is for my mom's special. But yeah, there's a lot right now that I can't answer. But I would absolutely love to be a part of the family again. And it's just kind of one of those things where it's in God's hands, and if it happens, it happens. And if it doesn't, then I'm still going to continue doing all my fitness stuff. And yeah.
Oh my gosh, Mackenzie, I need your help with the fitness stuff, because Lord knows I need help. Oh my gosh. I wish that you would have joined Teen Mom too. If they would have asked me, Chelsea, Janelle, and Leah, if we could pick someone from Teen Mom 3, I hands down would have picked you or Katie.
I have heard actually so many article companies interviewing me and calling me and saying, I think they should just put you on Teen Mom 2 because you're better.
Agreed.
You belong with those girls. But I don't know what's going to happen.
That would be amazing. I would definitely fight for that if they asked me. I also heard that Mackenzie, which is Ryan Edwards' new wife, they were saying, I've heard rumors and read rumors online that it was between you and her for Teen Mom OG to replace Farrah. So I don't know either. Nobody's told me anything, but that's why I'm happy to have you on, because I'm curious to know myself.
Yeah, so we'll see. I don't really know the truth behind that. I know that when Macy was filming for another show, they had to film with her more and film with Mackenzie more, and that sparked rumors. That's the word I got from MTV, but I don't know. I don't really know much of Ryan and Mackenzie's story.
Well, can you tell us, because I know that I had read some articles when Brianna was added to Teen Mom 2 that it was between you and Brianna when it came down to it, and Brianna got the spot for Teen Mom 2. Was that true?
They did interview quite a bit of us, actually. They interviewed a lot of us, but they didn't say it was an audition to Teen Mom 2, and I think she was shocked, too. They told us that they were mixing, it was like a weird thing, and then I woke up to all these articles, but I think people think I hate Brie when I don't, because none of the stuff that was said. Like, next thing you know, there's articles out, Mackenzie slams Brie and blah, blah, blah. So me and Brie chatted about it, and we're like, hey, like, we're really close. Let's not let this get to us. And I'm like, Brie, I did not say any of this stuff. And she's like, okay, I still love you. I'm here for you. And then her TV thing airs, and she's like, Mackenzie's salty and says blah, blah, blah about me having multiple baby daddies. And I'm like, what? Like, it was like all this shock. I'm like, I did not say any of that, and I wouldn't have said any of that. It was just ridiculous. And so we haven't talked since. The last time me and Brie talked, she told me that I am a nutcase and need to get my tooth untied. And then we just kind of,
my God.
Yeah, so we just kind of blocked each other from there and haven't talked since. But I would have never said any of that, and there was no, like, I congratulated her, and it was just a mess. But there's no hate now. Like, I'm not gonna let it consume my life, and there's no hate now. And I don't know what.
Well, I love your positive outlook on it.
I don't know what it would be like if me and her were to, like, run into, because I thought about that. What's going to happen when me and her run into each other? We used to be so close. Like, is it going to be awkward? Are we going to work it out? Because I hate having beef with people, but that's the last time we talked. Those were her last words to me.
Well, I wouldn't worry about it too much. Like you just said, it's not worth consuming your thoughts or losing sleep over it at all.
Yeah. Not gonna stress.
As you guys know, I'm super organized and love anything that helps me keep my schedule straight. I'm always trying to keep track of my family's various appointments, baseball practice, school events, work stuff, and I found the best app to help me. It's called Picnic. Now I got Kail to use it because you guys see how crazy her life is too.
So Lindsie told me about Picnic, and here's how it works. You can share a calendar with everyone in your family. You can import sports schedules from Team Snap. So all the sports calendars are synced, and you can have to-do lists. I'm going to become one of those super organized moms now.
Right. There's to-do lists, but also you can make shopping lists for your favorite stores. Like if you're going to Target, for example, you have a list specifically for Target or whatever your favorite store is. There's a meal planner, and you guys know how I love scheduling my family's meals. And you can check recipes for the meals you choose and make a list based on the meals. It's awesome.
So go to picnic.com/getstarted to set up your account and use promo code PODPIC for 30 days of Picnic Premium for free. That's picnic.com/getstarted and use code PODPIC for 30 days of Picnic Premium free. So I'm going to actually pull my phone out because I did tweet, I know you saw it, about, people having questions for you guys or for you specifically, and I want to see what people are asking. I know people are excited to see. I don't think anyone really realizes that the special that you're talking about is for your mom. I think people thought it was for you, like specifically you.
Yeah, it's kind of like a spin-off of
Both,
Teen Mom
I'm sure.
3, but it is about my mom's story, yeah.
Sure, yeah, no, that makes sense. So people are asking about you and Josh, if you guys are still good. And obviously after that, I want to know about the kids. So you and Josh are still married?
Yes, we are still married with 3 kids.
And so you have Bronx and Jaxie is your daughter, right?
Yes.
And then the oldest boy is Gannon?
Yes.
How old are they now?
Gannon is 6, and Jaxie is 4, and Bronx is 19 months.
Oh, my gosh. And how was it going from 1 to 2 and then 2 to 3? Because Lindsay and I talk about it all the time. Like, I tell, me and Lindsay talk about whether she's going to have another, and from me going from, 1 to 2 and then 2 to 3 is crazy, but I don't know how to do it any other way at this point, So how was the transition for you?
Oh, my gosh. It was so crazy. But when me and Josh had a very rocky marriage when it was just the two, we were like hot mess express all the way, couldn't get ourselves together, could not even stand each other most of the time. And so that it was like harder having a rocky marriage with the two than it is having the 3 with a good marriage. But this is so weird, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, if you disagree with this, but a part of me thinks it's harder in some ways because, getting ready to get in the car is like an hour process, and you're pulling your hair out by the end of it. But
oh, yeah.
Yeah, but, when you have one, they need your full attention all the time. But when you have 2 and 3, they play with each other all day, and it's 3 hours have gone by, and they haven't even bothered you because they're playing with each other.
Entertaining themselves. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, Lindsay, we talked about that before.
I just have one, and so there's never 5 minutes that goes by that, I don't hear something from Jackson, whether it's hey, Mom, I need to go poop, or hey, Mom, I need to pee. Hey, Mom, I need to take my vitamins. Mom, can you take this apart for me? Mom, can you play this game with me? It's he has no one to play with except me. And so it's kind of challenging. And I've heard that having 2 kids back to back that are close in age that can play with each other, it's really hard at first. But then kind of once you get over that learning curve, then it's a great playmate for them to have. So, but I'm kind of past that point of back to back. Jackson's 5 years old. So I feel if I had another child now, it would be completely starting over.
Oh, it would be the same thing, I think, Lindsay, just because Jackson's about to go to kindergarten, right? So he's going to be in school full time, and then you'd have a new one that would be brand new, and it would be the same thing all over again. Yeah. Not saying you shouldn't do it, because I'm pro Lindsay having another baby, but I'm just saying it would be starting over again, at least at first.
Oh yeah, it would definitely be starting over again, and it scares me so bad. I've already done the baby thing, and I don't know how y'all feel about it, but thinking about having another child, it would be a plan for me because everything in my life is so planned. So I couldn't imagine I'm having
surprise.
I'm having a surprise. That's not really my lifestyle. I'm not really into surprises. So I think just the whole idea, if it happened by surprise, I don't think I would be as nervous about it, but planning it and knowing, okay, you're going to be doing bottles again. You're going to be waking up, a million times a night and breastfeeding and all of this stuff that I just don't do anymore. It's just not a thing in my house. It kind of makes me nervous.
Yeah, I can relate to that for sure. But then again, I'm I want more kids, and it's crazy because you're Kail, you have 3 kids by 3 people. Why the hell would you want more kids? But I don't know. I feel I want one more.
You already have a zoo.
I do not have a zoo. I have 2 dogs. You know what I'm loving right now? My subscription to Lola. I found out that feminine care products are not required to tell people what they use in their products. So you have no idea what you're putting in your body, and that blew me away.
Exactly. That's why Lola is so great, because all of their products are 100% organic, so you know what you're using. Choose from organic cotton tampons available with a BPA-free plastic applicator or in an environmentally non-applicator format, pads or liners. Or just add a box of each. Choose your preferred assortment. Build your box of 18 tampons by picking the perfect mix of light, only available in applicator, regular, super, and super plus tampons. With pads, build your box of 12 pads by mixing ultra thin day pads or night pads. Your assortment is totally customizable. And the subscription aspect is really great because you never have to worry about running out.
I love that they were delivered to my door, which is super convenient. And with my schedule, I'm all about convenience. We're excited too because they're offering our listeners a deal. For 40% off your first order, visit mylola.com and enter coffee when you subscribe.
That's mylola.com and code coffee for 40% off your first order. Okay, back to the show.
Mackenzie, you have animals, right, as well? You have 3 kids, and then you have, what, a dog, right?
I did have a dog. Did you not read the story about Scooby passing away?
Oh, no. Oh, my gosh, no.
Horrible.
I'm so sorry. I should not have brought that up. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. He was a Great Dane, and Great Danes have a lot of health problems, and he just passed away in his sleep, and we're like, oh, my gosh, we have taken him to the vet. Like, he's all up to date on his shots. He was not sick. He just ate. He just ran. Like, what is going on? And we had them do, like, an autopsy on him to see, and they said, oh, his lungs just filled up in his sleep. This is so normal in Great Danes. It just happens. And so it's, like, kind of sad.
I'm so
really
sorry.
sad.
I did not mean to bring that up. I am so
it's
sorry.
Okay. And so we just have to talk today, like, how long is it necessary to wait until after to let your heart heal? Because I've never not had an animal, and we actually usually have horses, but we're remodeling a house in town and looking for land. So we have quite the zoo too. But I think I am like Team Kail needs to have baby number 4. I think you should.
You know what? I'm going to start looking at like sperm donors online and just freeze my eggs because I love the age difference between your kids, Mackenzie. I feel like I was very nervous about waiting even with Lincoln, because Isaac and Lincoln are almost 4 years, and then Lincoln and Lux are almost 4 years, and I was nervous about that. It was like 4 years. I mean, they won't ever be in school together. They're not going to have anything in common, and I feel like 2 years is more, it kind of like makes more sense for them to be like best friends, but Isaac and Lincoln are best friends. I don't know, though. I just feel like if I had another one that was close in age with Lux, like, I don't know, they could be buddies, but it's also insane of me to think that way.
Yeah, all of
yes,
that
it is
2.5 years apart. Yeah.
Lindsay, don't hold back on me.
That if I would have planned to have one child, I would still not have a child. It happened, and we were being as safe as we could be. I swear, me and Josh, like, I slip and fall, and I'm pregnant with his kid. I am so fertile.
Oh, man. I think Lindsay should also have another one because I feel like Jackson needs a good...
Clearly, Kail is fertile myrtle, too. And I don't know. I just, like, don't know.
I had complications, so I'm actually surprised. But I'm not opposed to freezing my eggs either for the future.
I don't know about that life, you know? I mean, I just feel like... One is so good, you know? I mean, I can just get in the car. I can get on a flight. We can go on vacation. Like, I just want to take him and travel the world and, like, hire a teacher and not really deal with school that much and just, like, go around the world with a teacher with one child and just have, like, the most educated, most traveled child in the world and then just, like, feel so proud. And then by the time he's, like, 30 years old, I don't have to worry about anything else.
You know what? And I think, Mackenzie, you can relate to this maybe. I had like a little bit of a meltdown when I was pregnant with Lux because I was like, I can't just throw everything in a bag for Lincoln and Isaac anymore and just be in the car. But like you said, like it takes 30 minutes to an hour to get all 3 kids in the car, make sure I have everything in the diaper bag again, where like the older boys, for me, they don't have diaper bags. I don't have to bring extra clothes anymore because they're not peeing on themselves. Like, it's a lot to bring the stroller and the car seat and the diaper bag and extra clothes and plan everything around feedings and nap time. Like that part is hard, but that's like the other reason why it's like, if I am going to have another one, I don't want to wait too long because I'm already doing that stuff right now. So why am I going to wait another 4 years to when Lux is grown to then have to start over? Do you know what I mean?
Right. So I had 2 in diapers at the same time.
No.
Right. And then when they're both done, they can be done.
No.
I actually liked it. I did not plan this age difference, but I liked it. Like, I put Jaxie's pull-ups in Bronx's diaper bag. And then, yeah, it's like once I'm done potty training him, I'm done, and she's already potty trained. I don't know. My mom had all of us 2 years apart, and she had 4. And she had actually adopted a Down syndrome man, so she had 5 of us. And
oh, wow,
she was
yeah.
she was a very relaxed mom, and just kind of like, if we ate dirt, we ate dirt. If we pulled each other's hair out, she's like, duke it out. It's just like,
I love it.
Our life was so fun, but my best friends today are my siblings, and so I look at my kids and see that for their future. Their relationship with each other is so important to me, and then being close and like being friends and be able to go upstairs and play in each other's room. I don't know why they have their own bedrooms, because we all end up in the same room, but it's so easy because they're like close to the same age, and so I don't know.
And see,
Lindsay's saying no.
That stuff is the stuff that's so sweet that kind of makes me be on the other side of the fence. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I should probably just like have a baby so that Jackson has a best friend. But I feel like it would be for the wrong reasons, you know? I mean,
yeah.
I just don't
feel
that. Like, I feel like my heart's already full, so I don't need to have another child because I'm already like whole. But at the same time, I feel like maybe a few years from now, I'm going to say, oh, I wish that I would have had another child so that I could see them grow up together. So I just don't know.
So freeze your eggs. You're still young. It's not like you can't have one later on. And maybe then you'll want 2 more so that they're close in age, you know?
Kail, you're pushing it.
Or maybe I'm just crazy. Okay, I'm crazy. I don't know. I didn't think I wanted a third. And then, I got with me and Javi got divorced, and then I got pregnant, and I was like, I love this, and now I want to be a mom all the time, but I also want to travel the world, but also it's hard to travel with little, so life is just complicated, you know?
Yeah, it's just so much, and I just feel like my life is so relaxing, and Mackenzie was talking about how, her mom let them eat dirt and stuff, and I so wish, you don't have any idea how I wish that I could be that mom, but I'm just so
You would be
OCD.
Mortified if you saw Jackson eat dirt.
Yeah. I mean, and I wish
My
I could
kids
be
are
that
rodeo
way.
Kids.
Oh my gosh, I still
funny
eat things off the floor. I don't care.
I just wish I could be that way, but I know that like that's just not in the cards for me. And I mean, I'm sitting here looking at Purell hand sanitizer and Clorox wipes like on my counter right now.
Oh my gosh. See, I wish
man,
I could be
I can't.
that kind of mom.
Yeah.
I think I'm a mix of both of y'all. I don't know. I'm like, oh, you're eating something off the floor. It's fine. But also, let's put some hand sanitizer on afterwards.
Yeah. I don't know. Are y'all like, I know that Kail is, oh my God, she's so weird.
What?
But
I'm not weird.
Yeah, she's so weird. Literally yesterday I was Cloroxing and like disinfecting like all of my surfaces for the week because I knew I had a lot of stuff going on. And I knew that I would not be able to focus on everything that I had going on this week unless all of my stuff was like disinfected, my clothes were put away, my floors were vacuumed, swept and mopped. I just can't function and dysfunction. And I feel like with a lot of kids, there's no way to avoid that. So I just feel like that would be a huge roadblock for me.
Yeah, that might be a little rough. I feel like you would struggle with that a lot. Like, can't put the fingerprints on the glass because mom just cleaned that. That would be you. Yeah, I could see that, Lindsay.
And I mean, it's not like I want him to live, where he doesn't have fun, because he has plenty of fun and like he goes out in our yard and plays. I don't want anybody to think like he doesn't play or he doesn't get to go outside or whatever, because he definitely does. And we go to the park and, play in our yard. But I'm just not you can wear your shoes in the house. Like, I don't care what gets on my carpet. You can wear dirty clothes. You don't have to shower, 2 times a day or whatever. I'm just not that mom.
Oh, sorry to hear that, Lindsay.
Wow.
I'm total opposite. I'm like, go play outside. Probably don't come in until dinner time. And if you get dirty, it's fine. And I'm wearing shoes in my house right now.
Kail's got the street light rules. Like, if the street light is not on, don't come in.
Well, we have a trampoline and like the little play yard, like the little play set outside, and my yard is fenced in. So I just feel like they should play outside if it's nice out. I mean, Mackenzie, you have a farm, or you've been on a farm, right? And your kids play with the horses and the animals, so they're outside too, right?
Right, all day. But that's how I grew up. I was outside all day, and we're a rodeo family, so we're like, Josh will say, hey, pack your bags. We're leaving for 4 days, and we'll sleep in wherever we are, and they play in dirt at rodeos all night. Like, that's just how my kids are being raised. But I definitely like listening to you two talk. I think that it's just everyone is different. Like some moms are only meant to have one, and some moms, like everyone I talk to about Kail, they're like, have you seen her boys? They're the most well-behaved children. I don't know how she does it, but they are so respectful. So she's doing something right. Like, why not have
something?
More?
I got to be doing something. So thank you, Mackenzie. I think we just became best friends, because I don't know that anyone really supports me having more children, but I feel like, not to toot my own horn, but I do have good kids.
Yeah.
I think it's just because Kail is so like fly by the seat of her pants, and like not
right.
Certain stuff just doesn't bother her that would bother me. And they're just, I don't know. I feel like they don't have to be stressed. So I don't know. Maybe it's just like in their DNA or something, but they are so good. And I feel like Jackson, my Jackson gives me a run for for my money. I mean,
he's so funny though, Lindsay. He's so funny.
He's got a great personality, and he's so funny. And some of the stuff that comes out of his mouth, it's just like, you're 5 years old, but I think that they kind of grow up a little bit more when you only have one quicker, because they're around adults all the time.
Yeah.
Right.
That's how I feel I grew up as an only child. I didn't meet my sister till I was 18. So I kind of feel like I grew up a lot faster being an only child. So I can agree with that.
Kail, I don't know if you saw my Insta story while you were away, but I got Brooklinen sheets for our bed, and they're awesome. They're the softest sheets ever and so luxurious. They don't break the bank, which is really nice. And I really hope that our listeners try them.
Oh, I know. Brooklinen is a really cool company, because this couple wanted those super soft sheets that you get in like the fancy hotels, but they wanted them to be affordable. So when they couldn't find them anywhere, they decided to make their own, and they made them really nice.
Now I see why they won Good Housekeeping's Best Online Bedding Award, and I like how you can mix the patterns. Like, you can get pinstripe sheets with polka dot pillowcases. I saw one of our listeners did that, and they looked so cute. My Brooklinen sheets are the best, the most comfortable sheets that I've ever slept on, and I'm really picky.
And Brooklinen.com has an exclusive offer for our listeners. Get $20 off and free shipping when you use the promo code COFFEE at Brooklinen.com. Brooklinen is so confident that they offer a risk-free 60-night satisfaction guarantee and a lifetime warranty on all their sheets and comforters. And the only way to get $20 off and free shipping is to use the promo code COFFEE at Brooklinen.com. That's BROOKLINEN.com, promo code COFFEE. Brooklinen, these are the best sheets ever.
Y'all, we should have our own show. Could you imagine?
Oh my gosh. Just Mackenzie saying alone that her kids play in dirt all day, and I'm over here like, don't come in until the sun goes down, and then Lindsay's like, I got Purell on deck. Like, that would be a freaking mess.
No, but like, could you imagine me going on the road being a rodeo person for 4 days? Like,
Y'all
could you imagine?
Mom swap.
Oh my gosh. You have to
swap.
experience it though.
No, I don't think so, Mackenzie. I don't think I need to.
What did she say?
She said you have to experience it, though.
You should. I think Lindsay would be so, like, she wouldn't even be able to enjoy herself, because she would be like, the kid needs to get a bath now.
Yeah, I would be like, oh my God, your fingernails are dirty. And like, oh, you're stressing me out.
I think that's
oh my God.
Although I will say, when we go out in public, I get a little bit, like, if they've been outside all day, I'm like, oh, I can't have you like going to school looking like you've been outside. You know what I mean? Or like going to an event looking like that. I mean, we do get the get the shower before we go somewhere. But overall, I just kind of want, it sucks because I feel like we live in a world where you can't really let I mean, I can't speak for Oklahoma. You're from Oklahoma, right, Mackenzie?
Yes.
Yeah. So, like, it's hard here for me. Like, I can't let them play like how I played. Like, I would go, you know, down the street and around the corner when I was a kid and kind of do my own thing. I can't really do that with my kids. So they kind of are only confined to, like, my backyard. But, yeah, I mean, I feel like we should do an experimental show where we bring all of our kids together and film somewhere and look at the difference between moms and the kids, like Lindsay really being anal about her cleaning. I think that would be funny. So if any producers are listening, I feel like you guys should take this on. Mom swap or like Jersey Shore style, and we just put us all in the same house. That would also be funny.
Oh my God. It would be so funny. Y'all, let me tell you a funny story. Speaking of funny, I'm so embarrassed.
Oh my gosh, what?
Okay, so last week, Jackson woke up on like Thursday night in the middle of the night, and I had taken a like whatever you call those things. It's like that tea in the packet for like cold and flu or something. I didn't have the flu, but I had a cold, so I was like, yeah, I'll go with it. So I took it, passed out. Like, I never take any medicine, so anytime I do take medicine, it knocks me like completely out. So apparently he's knocking on our door in the middle of the night, and he's like, does anybody love me? Are you going to check on me? This is like the middle of the night at like 3 a.m. And I'm like,
does anybody love me?
You're so needy. And he's like, I'm having growing pains in my legs. And I'm like, oh my gosh, maybe he's growing. Maybe this is true. So of course, knowing me, I go online and I Google, and I'm like, when is it most common to have growing pains when you're a boy child? So it comes up, you know, like 5 years old is within the range. So I'm like, oh, okay, good. Then it's growing pains probably. So he hasn't talked about it since. So the next day he takes a nap, wakes up, and he's like, Mom, I've got baseball, but I'm really, really hungry, and I think I should eat dinner before. So I'm like, okay, he probably is growing because he never eats dinner before baseball practice. So he tells me that he wants Subway, so we go to Subway. Well, before we go to Subway, he has to get ready for baseball practice. And I'd had all the colored clothes and the washing machine and the dryer from where I had washed them that day. And so I went in and grabbed a hoodie out of the dryer. Well, so we get to the baseball field after we eat, and I get his bag on the hook and ask, Will's a coach, and then he has an assistant coach. So I asked the assistant coach, I said, where do y'all want Jackson? Does he need his bat or his glove? And so I go and get his glove out of his bag and had put his sweatshirt on before I got his glove out of the bag. I turn around, and on the back of his sweatshirt was my thong.
Oh my gosh, Lindsay, I would have been mortified.
And I was like, I didn't know what to do because I felt like the coach had saw it and he had walked away. And I was like, oh my God, like this is so embarrassing. Like, what do I do? My thong is literally on the back of Jackson's sweatshirt.
So what did you do? Just grab it?
Didn't that happen to Chelsea the other day?
I did see her. Yes, I did see her tweet that. But I think she got that before anyone saw it. I don't think Lindsay grabbed hers before anyone saw hers.
Oh, no, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, my God. That is
I'm
so
pretty sure
funny.
people saw this. And so I'm just, like, so thankful that Jackson didn't get out on the field and I, like, caught it before he left the dugout. Because could you imagine? He's one of the youngest ones on his team. So most of the kids are, like, 6.5, close to 7, and Jackson's 5. So
oh my
I'm
God.
like, could you imagine? So I literally I jerk the thong off the back of his sweatshirt, and then I'm just like, I'm dipping out. So I left, and I was so embarrassed. I know my face was so red. How does that happen?
Well, Lindsay, the planner, didn't plan that out properly. I think you should have just folded the laundry before y'all left.
Clearly.
Well,
and then
now I see why you plan everything.
Yeah, because that's the kind of stuff that would happen to me. And could you imagine that's with one child? Could you imagine me having 3?
No, 2 at most.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just like, oh my God, I'm just a freaking idiot. People should feel sorry for me. They really should.
Oh my God. You guys are funny.
Well, I know someone who, I literally can't have any more kids. And I got my tubes tied after my third one just because of the type 1 diabetes and, like, the risk of having more. And I'm so fertile, I would have gotten pregnant anyways. And I will say that just sewing at the age of 23, I cannot have any more kids. That is why I'm like, Kel, have another kid, because it is the most depressing thing. And I was like, heck yeah, tie these tubes. I can have, we can go at it anytime we want. I don't have to worry, whatever. And all of a sudden, I'm like depressed because I'm like, I will never get to experience growing, giving birth, and having a newborn again. And it's so sad. I think both of you should have more kids.
Kail and I talked about this. We talked about this before.
We talk about it all the time. For me, like, I'm so young that I'm like, I know I still have time, but I also know that Isaac's getting older and I don't want there to be a huge gap. And then, I don't know, this situation for me is definitely not traditional. But then at the same time, it's like, I always say, you won't regret having another one, but you might regret not having another one.
Yes.
Right. So, like, I don't want that to be me. So that's why I'm like, I'm open to freezing my eggs. Maybe, I don't even know if adoption, I don't know. Like, I would be open to it. Would you adopt? Would either of you adopt?
I don't think so. And the only reason, not because I'm against adopting, but just because I know what my limits are. I've always said that if it didn't work out with Will and I was like back on the market, whatever, that I would never be able to marry somebody that also had kids, just because it wouldn't be a fair situation, because I know what my capabilities are and I couldn't love them to the extent that I love my own. So it wouldn't be fair.
Right.
And I just don't think that I'm the type of person that could give a child what they would need, because I feel like Jackson has my whole heart. So it just wouldn't be fair. But I definitely could see myself being a foster mom, because I feel like I could be cut out to do something like that, because I know ultimately it's going to help that child and it's going to help them get placed to a family,
like a good home, loving home. Sure.
Yes. But I just know that, I couldn't adopt.
How about you, Mackenzie? Would you?
Oh, I've always wanted to adopt from another country. Like,
yeah. So have you looked into it at all, or is it just something that you're open to?
It's something that I'm really open to, but Josh is not on the same page. Like, he is like, nope, I just want my kids. Like, these are our kids. I don't know if I can love another kid. But it's like, I want to almost rescue a kid. Like, I want to go to another country and bring a baby home that is parent, like an orphan, go to an orphan and bring a baby home. I've always wanted to do something like that, but he's not on the same page with me, which causes conflict.
Yeah, I mean, when I was with Javi, we talked about that. Javi wasn't really on board. I don't know if I could. I haven't really put too much thought into adoption, but I mean, I think it's a great thing. I just haven't really thought about it, in depth at all. But when I vaguely mentioned it to Javi wasn't really on board with it either. But I think, I don't know, I would look into it. I mean, for the future. My fear is one day if I say I were to get pregnant or even adopt or do anything like that, my fear is one day I'm going to be with someone, I'm going to be in a committed relationship hopefully for life. And if I have all these kids from all these different places, someone is going to be like, what the fuck? Why would I get involved with you with all these children? So like, I guess I should just like, wait, I'm only 26. So maybe I should just kind of wait it out and, see what the future holds.
I feel like we all should go to an orphanage, because Kail and I have talked about going on a mission trip.
We want to do like a mission trip for sure.
Going to an orphanage
my mom
in
goes
another
to
country.
Honduras every year.
Oh, we should go. I would love to do that.
Yeah, we should do that. That would be amazing. Have you gone with her or no?
No, I haven't. I am such a homebody. My sister just got back from India for 2 years, and she was like sad to come home without taking all these kids. Like 2 years, her neighbors lived under tarps, and that's how these babies. Someone left her baby on the train track. She saw all this stuff, but it was illegal for her to take these babies home, and so it was so sad. She's been to China and Africa too, and it's something I've always wanted to experience, but haven't. I'm not a traveler. I wish I was.
Oh man, I'm a traveler. my goal is 12 countries this year, and I leave for Jamaica in 2 weeks. So I'm definitely a traveler. If you ever want to get on board, we should all try to plan something the next time your mom goes. I know her health obviously plays a big part, but if she does go back, we should try to go.
And if you don't want to go, Mackenzie, then Kail and I can go and hang out with your mom because we want to go.
No, I definitely have always wanted to go. It's just like the timing was never right. It was never like,
right.
I feel like I have to feel like I'm supposed to go, and I haven't yet. But, oh, my gosh, that would be so fun. We might have to take her place this year because she might not,
That's
her
fine.
doctor might not okay her.
Sure. No, yeah, but we could, I mean, I feel like that would be amazing that, if we took her place for her, if she couldn't make it, that would be good. That would be a good thing.
Yeah.
I think doing stuff like that, it's like humbling experiences, like you get to see, what goes on in the world that you're kind of oblivious to. And, it's not like I'm oblivious. It's just, you don't see
out of sight,
it.
out of mind sometimes. Right. Yeah. I think it's, but I mean, I feel like all three of us are kind of in a good position to raise awareness about stuff like that. And it would be good if we kind of got involved in some way. So, I mean, I'm open to doing projects like that and mission trips or whatever. So if you guys want to work together on something, let me know.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, Mackenzie, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming on.
You're welcome. It was so fun. You guys are like straight up boss moms. I love it.
So are you.
Thank you,
I
Mackenzie.
love your guys' work with coffee convos. Like in my town, it's like everyone loves it. Everyone loves you guys. So keep it
we're
up.
so happy. We're so happy to hear that. So many people from small towns, and it seems like Texas and Oklahoma that I see it way more often than other places.
Yeah.
I heard from somebody that was previously on my Advocare team, told me that she walked into a small coffee shop in Texas and that there was girls there and that they meet at that coffee shop every week to listen to our podcast. And it's like their weekly ritual. Like they're watching a show together.
That's got to be credited to you, Lindsay, because you're the Southern Belle around here, not me. So thanks, Lindsay. But thank you so much, Mackenzie. I'm so glad that you got to come on, and I hope that you can come on again. And I wish the best for you, your mom, everybody. And hopefully I'll see you at a reunion, and maybe I'll have to bring Lindsay with so we can all get together.
Yes, please stay in touch with us.
Awesome. Well, I will talk to you guys soon.
Okay,
all right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, well, make sure you guys subscribe to our podcast and give us a 5-star rating. We will read some reviews on the next episode, and thanks for listening.
This podcast is brought to you by Wave Podcast Network. Check out all of our shows, including the Brain Candy Podcast, I Don't Get It, Babes and Babies, Coffee Convos, and Let's Talk About It.